welcome to week 13 of DNA, where me and my son will be bringing you the highlights from around the league. So today we decided to wear, because we're coming into the winter season, we decided to wear our team Scullies today. So here we are. So it wasn't a good week for the Falcons. Close but no cigar, but I'm going to let my son talk about that for you guys.
The third week, lost another game. Can't even say I'm shocked because this is what they do every year. As a Falcons fan, I'm already tired and I really want to throw in the towel so bad. But what can I say? I'm not shocked with the outcome. I'm just disappointed, heavily disappointed. As you guys know, the past 6 seasons we have not, been in the playoffs. In the past 6 seasons, I was okay with not making it because I knew the team wasn't in a position to make it. But this season was different with all the stuff we did in the offseason, getting Kirk Cousins, revamping that offense, getting a lot of good guys in, a lot of assets I was proud of, and especially on the defensive end, going after Justin Simmons after getting Jesse Bates last year and making the defense better. I thought that this would be the season we go back to the playoffs, and it still could happen. But
y'all not out yet.
But I just don't have the same confidence I had 3 weeks ago when we were just 6-3. We were sitting here at 6-6. I didn't see this coming so abruptly. I thought that after the loss in New Orleans, we'll bounce back in Denver. We didn't bounce back in Denver. That game was depressing. And then I thought we would come back home. We gave the Chargers a good fight, starting the game off. And I thought, the defense came out looking great. We would have won the game definitely if not for the terrible performance by Kirk Cousins. I mean, that was just horrible. I mean, probably was the worst game of his career. If not the worst game of his career, then the worst game he's had in a long time. I was just heavily disappointed in him. He went 24 for 39 for 245 yards, but it was just sickening to watch him throw 4 interceptions in the game. I let the first one slide. I'm like, okay, he's thrown one interception in the game this season before, and he clicked after that, but he was looking like, Desmond Ridder or Marcus Mariota.
So he's not Kirk Cochain no more. He done lost all his titles. He's
just Kirk.
He's just Kirk.
Not even saying Kirk Cousins. He's not my cousin. He's none of that.
But what about y'all kicker though? It was a little bit. He was injured though. I kind of felt bad for him.
Younghoe Koo has a hip injury. Obviously, he's hurting the team by playing on the field, with a hip injury. I hope he does recover, and get healthy again. But at the same time,
they talking about firing dude. I'm like, come on,
he is part to blame. He's part to blame for the Falcons' struggles in the past few weeks. But mainly, definitely, this is on Kirk Cousins for sure. Throwing 4 picks, and you're a veteran QB, and supposedly one of the most, not one of the best in the league, but you're still near at least tier 3 of QBs. You're not a bad quarterback, and everybody knows, and Kirk Cousins is usually a good regular season quarterback, but this was by far just a hard game to watch, and especially this was a game that we needed with the Buccaneers being 1 game behind us, and they played the Panthers. We knew they were going to win that game. Panthers almost won, but we knew for the most part that the Buccaneers were going to win that game, so we had to win this game against the Chargers, and we just let it slip. And Justin Herbert went crazy for them. He went 16 for 23 for 147 yards. I know you're probably thinking that's not a crazy stat, EJ, but if you guys were actually watching the game and watching the balls that Justin Herbert was throwing and how much time he was getting, and just he looked so comfortable in the pocket, and our defense was getting to him. We got sacks. We were actually last in the league at getting to the quarterback, so it was good that the defense picked it up, and that's why it hurt that we didn't win, because the defense came to win. They came to win, and the offense I'm not gonna say the offense. Kirk Cousins really just blew it for him, because the offense they did good as well. Bijan Robinson had 26 carries for 102 yards, and he had 1 touchdown. Raven McLeod did what he could with 4 receptions for 95 yards. Drake London had 9 receptions for 86 yards. I mean, the offense did what they could do. The quarterback it was just awful play. And now us and the Bucs are sitting here at 6-6. I don't know what the future holds for the rest of the season, but I mean, I hope that we do something great. But if not, I won't be shocked because this is what the Falcons have been doing for the past 6 seasons, getting your hopes up and then suddenly falling off just when you thought that the drought and the suffering was about to end. I can't forget it. He wasn't even though he was on the Chargers. Y'all know I'm a diehard Georgia Bulldogs fan. And obviously I wish that the Falcons could play on Saturday and Georgia could play on Sundays and Georgia could play on Sundays. That way I can always end the week 9 times out of 10 on winner. And that would just be awesome. But Ladd McConkey went crazy. He had 9 receptions for 117 yards. He's not a Falcon. Obviously I wanted us to draft him, of course. But I'd be remiss as a UGA fan if I didn't acknowledge, how good of a game he played, even though he was destroying my team. I know there's a lot of Bulldogs fans in the crowd, wanting to see Ladd. And, I was in Detroit with the family, and I couldn't wait to see Ladd too. But yeah, great game and bad game for us. And hopefully next week we bounce back. But as you guys can see by my tone and body language, I'm not into it. Trying to stay into it. It was even hard to put on this hat because I really didn't want to. I was so disappointed. But yeah, that's 3 losses in a row, and yeah, I just don't know. But let's talk about the line.
Well, we have finally won on Thanksgiving. We hadn't won on Thanksgiving since 2016, so we finally won a Thanksgiving game. So all of Detroit Lion fans, all of Detroit, Michigan had one thing to at least be thankful for. They didn't have anything before then. They at least had one thing to be thankful for. We won our Thanksgiving game. So that was good, but it wasn't an easy game. It was against the Bears, and the Bears, even though they sit at number 4 in our division is still tough, and they're still a good team. I mean, when you're playing a division game, it's a division game, it's any given Sunday. So they came to play, and they actually could have won. I mean, it wasn't our greatest game as Goff went 21 for 34. He had 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. It wasn't, we had injuries as we lost Rodriguez. Davis was already out. Reader got hurt. I mean, we just keep stacking up these injuries, but like you said, next man up. That's our thing. Yep. One man go down, next man up. Brad Holmes, who is phenomenal at what he does, has went to work during the week. So we acquired, 4, I can't name him offhand. I know we got Quan, but we acquired 4 defensive backs to come in and help us against the Packers, as we have another divisional game on Thursday. So that's what's going on. It's not going to be easy because even though we won against the Packers the last game, it was, Jordan was still kind of hurt. They were playing, and even though we were in their elements, they wasn't playing well, and they're a healthier Packer team over the Lions team. But we ain't holding our head. The Packers got to come into our house, and our, the fans, we're phenomenal. They're going to be there. They're going to be ready. The lungs is going to be on fleek as they're going to, come in and do what they got to do. Caleb, like I said, against the Bears, he didn't do bad. He went 20 for 39, had 3 touchdowns. It was a last-minute bad call. Actually, It was a last-minute call that cost them to lose the game. That's what it was. Not
only cost them to lose the game,
but they lost their coach.
Yeah.
Because their coach got fired.
Caused that coach to lose his job the very next day.
All he had to do was, when Caleb got sacked, call the timeout.
I think he lost his job before we even woke up the next day.
It was like, come on, dude, he got sacked. Call a timeout. We're glad that it was a bad play because it allowed us to win. Caleb tried to throw it in. Didn't get it into the player, time expired, and so we won 23-20. So like I said, it was as close as it could get. So, but let's get to the week 13 rundown, okay? So we're gonna start with the doggone, okay, you Cowboy fans, here you go. As you beat the little G's, you beat the Giants 27-20, but hey, it's a win.
It's a win. This was another Thanksgiving game. Cowboys, as you know, another annual Thanksgiving team. They have not had a great season, as we already know, losing Dak Prescott and just going through a lot of mess with Jerry Jones. Yeah, they have been winning a little more without Dak. But, I guess it's not ideal for Cooper Rush to be your first string quarterback as well, even though he has been playing better. They just been going through a lot of mess with the ownership, you know, being under Jerry Jones and stuff, and just a lot of players on the Cowboys who want to win bad, but it's just a lot of frustration being built up on the team. But hey, they got the Thanksgiving win. That's always huge, especially against the Giants. Just like the Lions playing the Bears on Thanksgiving. You know, of course you want to beat your rival. Cowboys, they hate the Giants, and so this was a win they definitely wanted. And that's what they got. Drew Lock went 21 for 32 for the Giants and 178 yards, and he had one interception. But Cooper Rush, he went 21 for 36, 195 yards and 1 touchdown. Rico Dowdle had 22 carries for 112 yards, and he averaged 5 yards a carry. He also had 1 touchdown. And even, you know, it was Thanksgiving. They won the game, but I feel like the Cowboys have still been bad to the point where even though they won, they did not deserve no turkey at the end, because the Cowboys.
They have been a turkey.
You want a cookie for beating the Giants? I mean, come on.
Goes into tradition, so they got the turkey.
We'll let them feel like a little winner at the end of the day, I guess. But they got the win. The Cowboys have actually, they on a 2-game winning streak?
I think, yeah, that's what I said. They're actually doing pretty good without Dak. You know, they're on a 2-game winning streak. So hey, things is looking up.
I mean, and actually they still, believe it or not, they still have a chance to get to the playoffs. If possible. I would truly hate to see that. But they only sit at 5-7, and they still have a shot. But Giants, on the other hand, y'all season's obviously over, sitting at 2-10. I think you guys should go after Shedeur Sanders. I seriously think the Giants need to look at drafting him.
But you think Papa Dion gonna?
I don't think Dion's going to be up for that, because obviously he had only the teams that he played for in his career being the teams that he wants his sons to go to.
Yeah,
you know, Falcons, 49ers, Cowboys being one of them. Just to name a few that he would like his sons to play for. But as much power as Dion has, I just don't see that actually happening. I think Shedeur's still going to end up in New York for some reason. I really do.
Well, that'd be good, but hey, who knows? Because Bronny isn't playing for the Lakers, so anything could happen. Anything can happen.
It's true.
So, well, those Packers, you know, they still doing what they got to do. They're staying on our heels, you know. They played Miami. You know, Miami been playing well. Wasn't sure if they was going to beat the Packers or not. Just kind of wishful thinking. Yeah. But the Packers ran over them 30-17.
Wishful thinking indeed. For anybody in NFC North that is trying to just keep racking up wins. I mean, I thought the Dolphins would keep it close. I had Green Bay winning. I predicted them winning, but I did think Miami was going to keep it just a little more close. Even though they put up 17. Tua went 37-46, 365 yards, 2 touchdowns. This is a good game for Tua. Honestly, he definitely came to win. He obviously knew how important this game was to keep the Dolphins' playoff hopes alive this season, and he did just that. He performed the right way, and he had a clean game. Didn't throw a pick or anything. But Jordan Love, he went 21 for 28, 274 yards and 2 touchdowns. So this was a very competitive QB battle that Tua actually won, but it was just Jordan Love's ground game that was just helping them, and also not even just the ground game for the Packers, but just their defense as well. That held the Dolphins to 17 points despite the good game that Tua was having. He was not able to get to the end zone as much as he would have liked, even though he got there twice. Definitely needed way more than 2 touchdowns to keep up with the Packers, and it just wasn't enough. Just a really good game for the Packers, and they at 9-3. They not on the level of the Lions, but they creeping.
It's gonna be like I say, Thursday night. It's gonna tell the tale. I mean, it's not. Woo, it's gonna be woo. Yeah. We not. I mean, it ain't gonna be a cakewalk.
I know, but Jonnu Smith, as you guys know, it was a tight end for the Atlanta Falcons last year, and he was, being under Arthur Smith while out here. They had history for the tight ends, before he came to Atlanta as well. And but man, he's been performing much better than Kyle Pitts has this season. And Falcons fans, Kyle Pitts, we've been saying all he needs is a quarterback, to be relevant again. And he hit 1,000 yards his rookie season, having Matt Ryan as his quarterback, and he hasn't done anything since getting Kirk Cousins this season. And but it hasn't been the season still that we have hoped for. But Jonnu Smith, this is the type of season that we wanted from Kyle Pitts, having games like this. Jonnu Smith had 10 receptions, 113 yards, and he's just been on the tear. A really good pickup for the Dolphins this season. And but if you remember last season, him in Atlanta, he was having games where he looked like he was our best tight end as well, and actually looked better than Kyle Pitts. So it's Jonnu Smith is easily like, I guess he just finds ways to just be active on any team he's on, and just be relevant. And but we haven't seen this type of energy from Kyle Pitts, and I just wanted to acknowledge that, because Jonnu Smith has been on the tear for the Dolphins,
right.
and I've been noticing that. A lot of me and other Falcons fans have been noticing that. We're like, dang, why can't we have our tight end doing this stuff? But it just makes me think, like, dang, maybe we should have kept Jonnu and let Kyle Pitts walk. But who knows?
Who knows?
But,
It's gonna be...
Well, it was a good game for the Dolphins, but a better game from Green Bay.
Better game for Green Bay. Now, well, those Chiefs, they always find a way to win. Like they say, they find a way to win. It's so funny, though, that they actually, the fans, or the Chiefs fans, are saying that, the Lions fans are getting the calls now. That's kind of funny. But once again, the Chiefs, they beat the Raiders barely. I mean, like you said, these teams right here that they should be blowing out, they're just barely getting by us. They beat the Raiders 19-17. But with that win, they did clinch a playoff spot. So, congratulations, Chiefs.
Look, I don't mind a little Thanksgiving bias for the Lions. So, they needed that win. They were being cursed on Thanksgiving. And I won't lie, there were some questionable calls in the Lions game between the Bears and stuff. But Chiefs fans are the last fan base that need to be talking about teams getting help from the referees and stuff. But, anyways, the Chiefs once again nearly lose to the Raiders. I don't know what it is, but the Raiders even though they have lost to the Chiefs both times this season, they have played them so well. They matched up against them really well, and the Raiders gonna come for y'all. I don't know, it might be next season, but the Raiders will beat the Chiefs. But the Chiefs is barely, just like they have all season, just barely edged out a win. Once again, Aiden O'Connell went 23 for 35, 340 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's been playing outstanding against the Chiefs defense both times this season. But Patrick Mahomes went 26 for 46, 306 yards and 1 touchdown. Was just enough for them to win the game 19-17. With a really tight one, Brock Bowers made it hard for the Chiefs defense, getting 10 receptions, 140 yards. And 1 touchdown, another Georgia Bulldog, needless to say, you guys know. And DeAndre Hopkins, 4 receptions and 90 yards for the Chiefs as well. I mean, it's been awesome. I know Raiders fans love having Brock Bowers, best tight end in the NCAA, and he's looking like, even though he's a rookie, he's been getting a lot of praise from guys like Rob Gronkowski, for example, who have said that he may be, when it's all said and done, he may be up there with the best tight ends in NFL history. But also, just the Chiefs getting DeAndre Hopkins was a great pickup for them as well, because ever since that's happened, even though they were undefeated when Hop came over there, the offense has been more dangerous. DeAndre Hopkins has made it really hard on defenses. It seems like he's being a problem every week, and this is just something to look forward to as the season is slowly coming to an end, and we're going into the postseason. And whoever sees the Chiefs in the playoffs, man, hopefully it's somebody like the Bills. They will. I'm hoping y'all can knock them out the playoffs, because I definitely see that happening. But just be ready, because it's going to be a battle for whoever is seeing this team in the playoffs. As much as I hate them, they are a dangerous team, and I do respect them. But they have not, as good as the record says, they have not been as good of a team visually.
Right.
Watching them, watching them without knowing the record, you would think, they are not, one of the best teams in the league.
No. They look more like everybody said. They should have been 7-5, really.
Definitely.
If it was just 3 minutes left on a couple of them games, they would have been 7-5. But
so I'm waiting to see how their season ends. I hope it don't end in February. I hope it ends much earlier than that. But all we can do is hope.
We're gonna see what happens. Well, those Houston Texans, it's so funny. It's like I just keep an eye on them because, they kind of push us to the limit. So I always kind of give a little side eye to Houston Texans as they beat the Jaguars 23-20.
Yeah, this is the suffering for the Jaguars continues. I mean, 2-10 now. Definitely didn't see the Jaguars only being a 2-win team by this week. The Texans go to 8-5, a win they needed. Texas been up and down. Really a good team that has had some struggles, but they have been racking up wins like they should, and they're just trying to stop the bleeding. They have 5 losses. They're not trying to lose no more. But C.J. Stroud went 22 for 34, 242 yards, and he had 1 touchdown. And Mac Jones went 20 for 32 and 235 yards with 2 touchdowns as well. And I know you're probably wondering, Mac Jones, you said Mac Jones. Why was Mac Jones playing? That's because Trevor Lawrence, he went 4 for 10 with 41 yards and 1 interception. And the reason why Mac Jones came in is because Trevor Lawrence suffered a huge hit from Azeez El-Shahir. It was a very dirty hit. I don't think Azeez meant any harm. He was just running full speed. He couldn't stop his momentum. The quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, slid down, and I guess he just couldn't stop himself, and he ended up striking him on the head. He got ejected. Wow. He got ejected from the game. It was targeting. And but you just definitely hate to see a quarterback get hit like that. It started a little brawl, of course. Whenever a quarterback gets hit, and he's defenseless, his team usually 9 times out of 10 is gonna want to fight the other team. And they did definitely what they had to do. That's what you want to see from your team. You want to see your quarterback get stood up for and everything like that. But it was definitely scary to see Trevor Lawrence go down like that, and his arm just he made a fist and stuff, and
so he was good. He was conscious.
No, he was stuck. Like he got hit, and his arm just like froze. Like he was just.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but definitely he's good now. I just hope he recovers. It's been a very, this season has been, as we know, it's dangerous. Football is a dangerous sport, but this season has definitely been a reminder. With Tua and Trevor Lawrence, Anthony Richardson, the list goes on. But you definitely don't want to see hits like that. But other than that, it was a good game, really tight game. Nico Collins had 8 receptions for the Texans and with 119 yards. It was a very tight one. I'm sure the Texans thought they would win by more than 3 against the 2-9 Jaguars. But hey, a win's a win. A win's a win. But as a Texans fan, you had to be just a little concerned that the game was this close. But y'all got the win. Y'all can breathe now.
It's in the history books. So the doggone Colts. Well, they inched on by. The doggone Patriots, So, when you're having a bad day, you kind of have a bad game, you lose the week before, whatever. To come out and play against the Patriots is always a good thing. And they beat the Patriots 25-24.
And Anthony Richardson, 12 for 24, 109 yards, 2 interceptions, and 2 touchdowns. It wasn't a pretty game, but he got the win. And I'm sure that's all he wanted at the end of the day. Anthony Richardson still trying to, just figure it out. He's just taking it 1 week at a time. He hasn't been looking as polished yet, but his career is still very young, and I think he's still the guy for the Colts. Honestly, just got to give him time. I think his situation is very similar to Bryce Young's in Carolina. Both guys that got off to a little rocky rookie season, but in their second season, I believe they have played just a little better, and I think they'll be just even better going into next year. And they will be franchise quarterbacks for their teams. With Drake May, rookie quarterback, went 24 for 30, 238 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. The Patriots have definitely been playing more competitive football ever since Drake May took the starting role, and the Colts hanging in there at 6-7 though. With this win, they are still in the hunt. They can definitely, reach the playoffs if they keep their foot on the pedal. But it seems like there's a lot of teams that are in the hunt.
They right there on that bubble.
They're waking. They're starting to wake up a little bit. They're like, okay, y'all, we need.
Well, they say season don't start till Thanksgiving. That's like. So here we are.
Everybody's playing with some urgency. You know, way more energy than they were earlier starting out, and you could definitely feel that intensity building up. You know, around this time of the year, every NFL year, this is when they start to pick it up. It never fails.
Well, those Seahawks, you know, like I said, they started off slow. They done hit their stride. They moving. I don't know what's up with Aaron Rodgers and his Jets. You know, but I don't think he's going to retire on the bottom. So I don't know if he's going to be with another team next year or what's going to happen. But the Seahawks took care of business as they beat the Jets 26-21.
Whew, yeah, another hard week for the Jets. I mean, y'all knew y'all season was over a long time ago after y'all got Devontae Adams and still weren't doing anything with him. And but Geno Smith torched y'all, went 20 for 31, 206 yards and 1 touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, the old man did what he could. 21 for 39, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 1 interception to that. I mean, but the Jets, you know, only were able to score 21 and lose by 5 to the Seahawks. I mean, I just really don't know what else Jets fans, you know, could really do at this point. I mean, y'all might.
They play the Cowboys every week for the remainder of the season.
Maybe.
Or the Patriots.
Maybe they would love that. They would seriously love that. And but if I'm not mistaken, I want to say the Patriots beat them earlier this season.
Oh wow, okay.
So, but that's what's funny about it, because it's like dang, like who can the Jets consistently like beat? Because this is a really bad team.
And who would have thought that you'd see Aaron Rodgers on the team
this bad?
And they'll be this bad. I mean, that's like Brady. Like
Aaron Rodgers, this is a winning quarterback.
Yeah.
Y'all can feel how you want about Aaron Rodgers, but at the end of the day, this man has been for most of his career one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Oh yeah, he's been a thorn in our side in NFC North. Yes.
Top 5 for sure, and Hall of Famer already stamped, Super Bowl champ. But he's a shell of his former self, and I'm just really curious to know what the future of the Jets holds. I mean, Rodgers has expressed his feelings, saying that he doesn't want to retire yet, and he just wants to win. I mean, I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see where he goes after this. But the Aaron Rodgers Jets experience has been very short, and I think it's coming to an end this season, judging by.
So you think they'll get rid of him?
I mean, I think it's a mutual thing. They're going to get rid of him because he wants to go.
Oh, okay. So he just want to go somewhere else and play.
I'm sure he's ready to close the door on the Jets very abruptly, quickly. I did not expect it to be this swift. You know. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's going to be like when Brady went to Tampa," you know, and stuff like that. But this has not been not even close to what that was. But this has all been it's been one big failure. But Rodgers, he's still trying to stay in the league, and I guess he wants another Super Bowl ring. We'll see. We will see what happens, what he does, and we will also see what the Jets will do. You know. After leaving from Rodgers, you know, because they're going to be back to square one, no quarterback, and obviously going to have to look at a rookie.
Okay, but you know, hey, some of the rookies is doing their thing, so we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. Okay, well, you know, they started off a little slow, then they speeded it up. You know, we was asking, like, what are they commanding? You know, we was making little jokes about them. They turned on the fire. They came back. Then they kind of fell off a little bit. So now they back on their game as they beat the Titans 42-19. The Commanders.
Wow. 42-19. I mean, this was a game we expected. With as bad as the Titans have been, this is no shock that they were blown out this way, especially, you know, being in Washington. Will Levis went 18 for 37 with 2 touchdowns. He had 212 yards, but he was no match for Jaden Daniels and his offense as they went on a tear, 25 for 30, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, and just 1 interception. Nick Westbrook had 3 receptions, 61 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But Terry McLaurin for the Commanders had 8 receptions, 73 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, the Commanders just ran them out of ran them out of the stadium and ran them all the way back to Nashville because this game was a whooping. It was one-sided, but this is what we expected. The Titans have not been a good team all season. They are 3-9, but it's just crazy to know that even though they're 3-9, they are not the worst team record-wise in the league. That's crazy to me. But it just goes to show on how many teams are really struggling and are having seasons that they probably didn't even see coming. But yeah, I mean the Commanders they are continuing this tear. And, you know, they are not. They slacked off a little bit a few weeks ago. As you guys can see, they are 8-5 now. But at one point they were only like a 2-loss team, and it seemed like they was going to be that way, you know, for some time. They were running the NFC along with the Lions for a minute, but you know they fell off just a little bit. But 8-5 is not a bad record. It's still good, and I expect the Commanders to still be there in the postseason. It's still been a good season for them with a rookie quarterback. I mean, he has definitely got comfortable real fast coming into the NFL, and they have been a fun team to watch. And I'm so not looking forward to playing this team last game of the year. But
who knows? By the time y'all make a little juice back, because you know I need y'all to beat the Vikings next week anyway. So I need y'all.
Oh, don't count.
Not go that on a 4-game winning streak. I need
maybe I'll be shocked.
Play loose, and just y'all ain't got nothing to lose. Go in there and beat them Vikings for us. Appreciate it. How about them Steelers? See, Russell is doing it. Aaron Rodgers, you can take a page from his book. This is how you do it. You go to a new team and you make them better. You know, Justin was doing his job. He was doing great, but you know, the OG came in there and said, hey, this is what I do. He has been clicking on all cylinders, and he's really doing it. So hats off to the Steelers and Russell as they defeat the Bengals 44-38.
Yeah, and it hasn't really seemed to matter on which quarterback the Steelers have, you know, against a team, whether it's Wilson or Fields. They are on the same level of dominance, it seems like. The Steelers are only a 3-loss team, and they have been on a tear. I swear they have. And Russell Wilson with 29 for 38, 414 yards with 3 touchdowns. Just what a good game. But on the other side of things, Cincinnati, man, the struggles continue for y'all. 28 for 38 for Joe Burrow, 309 yards, 3 touchdowns. But man, he did what he could do once again. Him and Jamar Chase did what they could do. Chase had 6 receptions for 86 yards and also had a touchdown himself, but it just wasn't enough to win once again, as the Bengals just fall short by 6 points. I mean, it has been very frustrating. I mean, a bunch of Bengals players have expressed their frustration of just losing all year, and you guys know the Bengals are usually a playoff team. They have Joe Burrow is not a bad quarterback. Jamar Chase is one of the best wide receivers in the league. So I can imagine it's very frustrating being a Bengals fan and wondering what went wrong this season. I mean, because y'all are not a bad team, and far from that, and y'all are probably the best team in the NFL that's not a playoff team right now. And because the Bengals, even though they're at 4-8, I don't think you don't want to play this team.
No,
they are still.
Mm-mm.
I know I wouldn't.
No.
I know I wouldn't. If I'm a Falcons fan and we're 6-6, if we have the Bengals next week, I'll be panicking, because even though they are 4-8, they shouldn't be 4-8, and they don't play like a 4-8 team. Every game they have lost for the most part has been close.
At least, touchdown or less.
It's just been a bunch of bad luck this season for the Bengals. That's all it's really been. And George Pickens for the Steelers had a good bounce back game after last week going against the Browns in that crazy snow game. George Pickens had 3 receptions, 74 yards and 1 touchdown. I know people were upset with how he acted, you know, fighting on the last play, doing whatever in the stands against the Browns. And, you know, George Pickens said he just has to keep his emotions under control. Mike Tomlin said he just needs to grow up. But I think this was a good performance for George Pickens to have. And this game, and I hope he keeps it up. And, but yeah, Bengals fans, I'm sorry. But y'all will bounce back next year. It's just been a very unfortunate year for Cincinnati, because honestly, y'all have no business being this down bad. I mean, y'all are not a bad team at all. Probably the best 4-8 team I've seen in my life. but yeah, it's just very weird to see y'all play like that.
Well, them doggone Vikings. You know, I thought the Cardinals had them. I thought the Cardinals was just gonna really put a cherry on the top of our Thanksgiving weekends and beat the Vikings. Vikings edged them out, man. They edged them out 23-22, which is why I need for the Falcons to show up next week and make it do what it do. But yeah,
don't count on it. If the Cards didn't do it, they're 6-6 like us. I don't know.
They were close though. Y'all could do it.
Yeah, I mean, we were close too, and we played an outstanding game. It was just like quarterback. It depends on what type of Kirk Cousins you're going to get next week. I mean, the Vikings are his old team.
Right.
Maybe he might light a fire in him.
Right.
He's going back to Minnesota. There's going to be a lot of people there to see him. I hope that lights a fire in him, and he's able to bounce back and just beat his team. Maybe he lost these past 3 weeks to build up for this game. Who knows? But maybe I had a Vikings friend that told me, EJ, don't panic, because I know that you're frustrated with the season, but he told me, EJ, don't panic, because Kirk Cousins is known to have bad games like this. He'll have a series of bad games, then he'll play 1 week and just go off. So I'm hoping that this is the week he goes off. I hope this is the week right here. But if not, you know who you are. I'm gonna call you, and I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna cuss you out because you told me that Kirk Cousins was gonna bounce back this week. If he don't bounce back, I'm gonna be very frustrated with you. You know who you are.
And this will be a good week to bounce back.
Well, Kyler Murray went 31 for 45. He had 260 yards, 1 touchdown. And Sam Darnold went 21 for 31, 235 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, what's up with the Vikings? They keep edging out these wins. They are 10-2. I mean, but their last few wins have been, even though they have won these games, they have been, barely won. They've been on some Chiefs type level of play, lately. But the Vikings are definitely getting these wins. And they are not stopping. They are not stopping. You can definitely tell they want to be first in the NFC North, but the Lions just can't lose. And I know that's pissing Minnesota fans off that the Lions just can't lose.
And they not losing either, so y'all pissing us off too. Y'all is a bunch of passivity going on in the NFC North.
Yeah.
So, hey.
But Trey McBride for Arizona had 12 receptions for 96 yards. But it just wasn't enough as Justin Jefferson had 7 receptions for 99 yards. One of the best receivers in the league. I mean, but it's been fun in the NFC North watching these two teams go at it, because man, oh man, it seems like it's just been nothing but W's in that division. That's all I've been seeing.
Unless you're a Bears.
Unless they played each other. Yeah, unless you're a Bears fan. I'm sorry, odd man out. But it's always got to be one team that can't have fun, I guess, But man, this is a very, very interesting race going on in NFC North, man. It's from this whole season, it's been something. Vikings started off hot in front, then the Lions caught fire, but you can't forget about Green Bay either, because they are winning as well, but they are just third place. Yeah. They third place, and that's odd because that's a great third place team. But we will definitely see how it ends in that division. I'm interested.
Okay, well this should make you smile. As the doggone Stafford Rams, came over there and it was bittersweet for me. Either way, I would have been happy.
He was going for
Stafford, that was actually the Saints. But the Rams beat the Saints 21-14.
Yep. My good man, my fellow Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford, handled business going against them Aints. Nothing I love more than seeing this team lose, especially when my team can't win. This is the least I could ask for. I will take it. I would much rather Tampa Bay lose, because the Aints I'm not concerned about them for the rest of the season. The Bucks are my issue, and they're winning at the worst time, and they had the same record as us. But I guess it's always cool to see New Orleans lose and struggle and be sad and down. But Stafford went 14 for 24, 183 yards, and he had 2 touchdowns with it. Thank you for handling business. Derek Carr, 24 for 37, 184 yards, and 1 touchdown. They had very similar games. As you can see, Carr only had 1 yard more than Stafford. And Stafford had, 1 more an extra touchdown more than Carr did. But Kyren Williams had 15 carries for 104 yards and 1 touchdown. The Rams definitely did what they had to do. I only won it by a touchdown. But so this is definitely a game they pulled away from at the last minute. Kamara had 23 carries for 112 yards. But I'm just not concerned about them. They've been losing. I'm more concerned about the fact that we can't, capitalize after they've been playing this bad, because without luck, they're going to start next season and be hot again and healthy. And, this just feels like a season that could be wasted if we don't capitalize.
Yeah, still.
But, But I mean, it's good to see them lose. It's good. It's at least good to know I ain't got to worry about them for the rest of the year because they won't be in the playoffs. But yeah, just get off the backs, fucking please, please.
Well, sorry to say, the Buccaneers, but they played the Panthers, like you say, y'all
almost lost.
Yeah, but they beat the Panthers, those Bucks, 26-23.
Panthers, I applaud the effort. You guys almost had it. Y'all lost by 3. I can't even be mad at y'all. I thought that this was going to be a blowout considering that you guys are the Carolina Panthers and you guys are last in the division and have not been playing good football all year. But I needed y'all bad. Needed y'all to seriously win this game. Bryce Young went 26-46, 298 yards and 1 touchdown. I was hoping and praying that was enough to hold them off, but it wasn't. Baker Mayfield went 21-for-33, 235 yards, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. I wish they were both pick sixes, but none of them were. But Bucky Irvin had 25 carries, 152 yards, 1 touchdown. Just another good game from the Buccaneers. Well, not good. They only won by 3, but a win.
So y'all division tied, or
win is a win.
Or they lead?
We tied. We tied for first. Tied for first.
Okay.
And it's only gonna get worse before it gets better. That's what it looks like because their remaining schedule is much better than our remaining schedule, and it's up to the football gods, man. It's up to the football gods. I just hope that we can just hold y'all off because this is getting scary. It's getting seriously scary. Just 3 weeks ago, I was talking mess to Tampa Bay saying, oh yeah, y'all are done. We are winning. There's nothing you guys can do about it, especially after we literally beat Tampa Bay twice this season.
So at least y'all got the tiebreaker. At least y'all got the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
They went out, y'all went out. Y'all got the tiebreaker. So that's a good thing.
We choking at the worst moment, but yeah, the Bucks win again. Hopefully they lose next week. All I can do at this point is just hope and pray because they are on our tails right now.
Oh, they can do it. Well, those doggone Eagles, man, they keep on pushing that doggone cute little Jalen Hurts. Now, you keep on winning now. You ain't going to be cute no more now because you're playing with the Lions now. You're inching up there. You're getting some talk. But those Eagles, they keep flying as they flew over the Ravens as they beat them 24-19.
Yeah. The Ravens, they're not really my team, but I love the Ravens because of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to see L. Jack lose sometimes, but he went 23-for-36, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns. Definitely, I ain't got nothing against the Eagles, but I have something against the city of Philadelphia. I'm just not a Philly fan. I don't get along with Philly. If you guys never knew, I don't think I've ever said that on this pod, but I don't get along with Philadelphia fans. I don't like Phillies. I don't like the Sixers, none of that stuff. But because I believe Philadelphia fans are the worst fans in all the sports. And but with that being said, the Eagles are the team that I hate the least in that city. I just don't like to see their fans happy. I mean, it's horrible, but they're happy this week as Jalen Hurts went 11-for-19, 118 yards and 1 touchdown. But Saquon Barkley, he has been the man running town ever since he's been in Philadelphia. I mean, he had 23 carries for 107 yards. Derrick Henry had 19 carries for the Ravens and 82 yards. It was a good running back battle, but Saquon won it. But always going to be a good game when Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry go at it. The main story of this game is Justin Tucker, who has been known as probably the best kicker in the NFL for quite some time now, dating back to a long time. Justin Tucker has been a good kicker for a minute in the league, and but lately he's been struggling this season. He's really been struggling. Has had some misses that are shocking. The misses that he usually makes and and stuff. But I mean, the struggles continue for him. And this is happening at the worst time for the Ravens because this is a team who, even though they are 8-5 now, they need as much wins as they can get because they don't want to fall back in the division potentially and stuff. And I don't know what it is, but they have said they are not looking to close the door on Justin and stuff. He is still their guy, and he's been their guy for years. So I can see why it's hard for you to close the door on him when he's giving you, so many reasons to want to keep him on your team and stuff. But I mean, I hope this is just a slump and stuff, and Justin Tucker's able to get back into it But I'm sure the Ravens will bounce back. That's a good team on both sides of the football. They are no pushover. But this was just a little slip up in the road. And Philly takes a commanding record, and they are 10-2.
Wow. Well, the Buffalo Bills, they was the other team that, with the Chiefs, they also clinched a playoff spot with their win on Sunday as they beat the 49ers 35-10. 49ers doesn't seem like that other half that they were in the Super Bowl last year. They just not playing like that with that other half of the Super Bowl. They even had some injuries. They kind of fell off a bit as they fell to the Bills 35-10.
Yeah, 35-10. And look, I know you guys are probably wondering, oh man, the 49ers lost really, really bad. I mean, they did lose bad. But if you know the Buffalo Bills, it's almost an advantage for them 9 times out of 10. When they are playing in that tundra of snow, this is a game that's most likely going to be theirs to win. I mean, you don't ever want to go to Buffalo this time of year and play because it's probably going to be snowing, most likely. And that's exactly what it was this game. It was much colder, much worse than the game last week in Cleveland. And coming from California, I'm sure, this was a setup for the 49ers. I'm sure they would have much rather played Buffalo earlier in the year. But this was definitely a setup. I mean, for them to come into that stadium and you ask them to play football and win this game. That's a setup to me. Brock Purdy went 11 for 18, 94 yards. And Josh Allen went 13 for 17, 148 yards with 2 touchdowns. And James Cook, another Georgia. I know y'all getting tired of me saying it, but I'm just a diehard fan. So every time I read a Georgia player in the NFL and I read their stats, I have to shout out Georgia because I'm just that much of a fan. And James Cook, 14 carries, 107 yards. The Bills are not, like you said, another team that's clinched their playoff spot. They are also 10-2, and it's gonna be one of them teams, Super Bowl favorite. One of them teams that people expect to take that next leap or potentially knock off the Chiefs and finally get that Super Bowl championship that they had been wanting for a long time. Well, not besides the Lions now.
We've been waiting longer.
Yeah, y'all have been waiting longer. I mean, the Bills have went like Super Bowl 4 times?
Yeah, we
lost them all.
So come on now. I don't mind playing the Bills, but wait a minute. But
Bills Lions would be cool. Ravens Lions will also be cool.
Yes.
Chiefs Lions will be cool. Y'all can beat the Chiefs.
We beat them last time we played them. So.
I just don't want the Chiefs to make Super Bowl because I feel like they're gonna do some funny stuff and have them
get that three-peat.
Have them beat Detroit.
Just to get that three-peat. But
yeah.
That's well, like you said, the Bills has made it in, and that actually shows you how tight that the NFC is to the AFC because 11-1 Chiefs, notably so, are in the playoffs. The 10-2 Buffalo Bills are in the playoffs, but the 11-1 Lions, we're still fighting. Now, if we win against Green Bay on Thursday, we're in the playoffs.
Hey,
so
we already know the Lions are the playoffs.
We one win away from being in.
So we gotta wait a little longer. Just gotta wait a little longer.
Just gotta wait another week. If we go and win on Thursday night, we in the playoffs. But
no need to panic.
The doggone Broncos. Those Broncos, I'm telling you something about Denver. They never count Denver out as they beat up on them Browns 41-32.
And this was a quarterback battle. I mean, Bo Nix had 2 interceptions. Jameis Winston had 3 interceptions. And they both played it was just a crazy game. Winston went 34 for 58 with 497 yards and 4 touchdowns, while Bo Nix with 18 for 35, 294 yards and 1 touchdown. I mean, he's continuing this impressive rookie campaign. I mean, this kid is making throws that you just wouldn't expect from a rookie at all. He wasn't doing this. I mean, making throws like this at Auburn. I mean, he was doing a little better at Oregon and stuff, but I mean, I think he's jumping Jane Daniels for that Rookie of the Year award.
Wow.
I mean, because it's great, it's crazy throws and stuff. And I need y'all to just take a look at this throw that he made. It's just one little play that it really impressed me for a rookie quarterback to make. I just need y'all to see this play real quick.
3rd and 11, down the middle, Mims, he's gone, touchdown, Denver. Marvin Mims walks it in.
Now look, Now look, that was just impressive. That was just impressive how he sat back on the 1 yard line and just threw a ball like that. Threw a ball. He threaded the needle. I thought it was a pick when I first saw it, but that joker took it to the house.
Man.
And it was just crazy to see. Crazy to see from Bo Nix. I mean, it's been fun watching this guy. Not against my team, but it's been fun watching him, you know, just coming to his own really fast into the NFL. I mean, I don't know if you knew, but he's named after Bo Jackson.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No, I didn't know.
he's named after Bo Jackson. His family went to Auburn, so Bo Nix went to Auburn initially because, you know, he grew up a diehard Auburn fan, so they named him after Bo Jackson, Auburn legend. And but you know, transferred to Oregon, you know, because things weren't going too well, you know, at Auburn. You know, we actually saw Bo Nix play, if you remember.
When we went down
We
to watch
went down to watch
Tulane.
Tulane. Yeah, Bo Nix was their quarterback, and but yeah.
And they took in another player, didn't they? Wasn't that Bo Nix family that took in another?
Yeah, sure was, and they transferred to Oregon together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I wasn't the huge Bo Nix fan when he was in college, but man, this guy's making me a fan real fast. In the NFL, I just really enjoy watching this kid. He's really coming into his own really fast, and just watching him play the way he plays, I wouldn't be shocked if he's the rookie of the year. Now, we were starting to say Jane Daniels was that guy, but then the Broncos just started catching fire, and it was like, whoa, we gotta start having a discussion now, because let's hold off on Jane Daniels. Bo Nix got something to say, and he's been saying a lot the past few weeks now.
Like, and, it ain't over till it's over.
He's been going stupid. He's been going real stupid, and not only has he been playing well, his performance has been translating into wins, and that's what matters. And Jane Daniels has been winning games, and that's important as well. But Bo Nix has arguably been playing better. He's been putting up better stats and getting the win, which I think will give him the edge.
For the rookie of the year.
For the rookie of the year. But we'll see. There's still more games to be played. But this will definitely be something to look out on, you know, in this race. Because man, I'm being entertained by this season. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
It's gonna be good. Well, now we come to our favorite part of the show. It is our Who Did That for week 13. Well, who did that? So for week 13, the Who Did That does not go to just one player. It goes to a whole team. And this team has been grinding, they've been pushing, they've been really showing that, hey, in the end, we're going to be there. And so we would like to give the Who Did That to none other than the
Philadelphia Eagles.
I
mean, because these jokers here have been playing outstanding football. I mean, they just don't look like they have any plans of stopping. I believe this Philly offense is only going to get even more scarier than they are now. It's going to be scary seeing this team in the postseason.
We can beat them in the NFC
Seriously
Championship.
scary. Yeah. Oh man, that would be a great game. I'm here for that one. But the Eagles are definitely going to be a team that me are going to be looking out to beat in the playoffs, because you don't want them on your back.
We don't want them on our backs.
Nah.
So before we sign off, I want to kind of roll back. I know if everybody that watched the NFL, everybody that watched football, everybody that keep up on teams and what they're doing, saw that our boy, number 26, my jersey wearer, Jahmyr Gibbs, was at his house having a little fun with Jefferson and decided to do a little, you know, they're dancing and whatever, and had the plays up on the back. Well, that sent the NFL teams into a frenzy as Green Bay. Everybody was like, oh my God, they gave him a gift. This is great. They said, calm down, Detroit fans. All I'm used to like, calm down. That is not going to be a factor out there come Thursday. Because first of all, we got the baddest coordinators in the freaking league. And if you don't think that they was around there changing up the plays, doing what they got, probably won't even run the plays at all, you're sadly mistaken. So y'all that think y'all Packers fans out there that think y'all got a one up, don't get it twisted. You don't. And another thing, we're the team that has been running trick plays. We have been running just crazy plays. We've been running pranks. We've been in the end zone doing our dance. So when they posted it, I was the one that thought, you know what, this will be the freaking prank of the century. Because what if Gibbs put it up there? What was it like if it was intentional? What if we put it out there and they really plays to make the Green Bay Packers look crazy?
Mind game.
So come Thursday, if they're running the plays that they see it, we over there doing like, so if they going this way and we going that, oh my God, this will be the ultimate prank.
Don't be out there. Don't
it's
be
like
out
the way that
Kardashian plays. Or
yeah, the
you
way
ain't gonna
that
be hearing none of that.
the way that Campbell was like so nonchalant about it. didn't know about it because they had to give him deniability. Now, they couldn't let them know. So I do not put nothing past these boys in Honolulu Blue that actually leaked this on purpose, and the plays that you saw had nothing to do with nothing. They could have been the Alabama plays from when they played.
I don't think it's a coincidence that, this happens right before they play Green Bay.
Too easy. So you're telling me that they're filming it. So as he's filming it, he's looking at the plays on the background. So he's not saying, "Hey, dude, don't do that right now." And then he had to post it on TikTok. You really think that was a?
You think he didn't notice that while editing?
Right. That this is our plays.
And he still posted it anyway.
So I'm just saying. Just putting it out there.
Just saying, Green Bay, don't get your hopes up too fast.
And you don't be. It could.
Y'all got a great team, but don't fall for that. Don't fall. I think y'all fall for that. It's pretty stupid.
And I'm the Lions fans giving it to you. You might be falling for the okie doke. So.
But please do.
Yeah, go ahead and fall for it. That'll be kind of funny. So this is the end of week 13. As we said, it's getting down to the grind. We actually have 4 weeks to go. And we'll know. Then we go into the playoffs. So we hope that you enjoy week 13. We want y'all to join us next week as we give you the rundowns for week 14. So please click, like, and subscribe. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Falcons in the suffering.
Falcons gonna beat them doggone Vikings.